so much. Thank you, Zahra. Thank you, everyone, for being here and showing your solidarity. As Zahra said, like, human rights is not only my passion, but this is my mission. And unfortunately, for the past 20 years, we keep knocking on every single door, whether it was the International Criminal Court, whether it was the United Nations Security Council, whether it was the diplomats, embassies, governments from the UK to the US to Europe to Asia, anywhere around the world. And we wanted to raise the awareness that Taliban have not changed. Taliban have not changed. Don't trust them. But unfortunately, what happened, as soon as the one man's mission, Zalmay Khalilzad, when he was really thinking that he can break a peace deal with the Taliban, he literally sold 30 million of Afghan people, and the whole world watched that man's betrayal. The whole world watched him in silence and did nothing. Today, 35 million of Afghan people, we are all taken hostage in the hands of the Taliban. It is not only the girls' education. It is not just women and girls are not allowed to work, or not allowed to walk, or not allowed to go anywhere. But also Taliban are continuing with committing war crimes in Panjshir, in Andarab, in Daikundi. Taliban are continuing to use extrajudicial killings, arbitrarily arrests, and also disappearances and torture are happening on daily basis. Now, torture, disappearances, executions, and unlawful arrest of peaceful demonstrators are daily occurrence for every Afghan. Since Taliban took over, hundreds of peaceful protesters, whether they were killed, whether they were arrested, whether they were detained, disappeared, and even some were raped. We are living in 21st century. We are living in 21st century, and in this 21st century, what I really feel betrayed as an Afghan woman is the silence of the international community. The silence of number 10. As an Afghan British, on and on, I spoke with the parliamentarians. I raised my concern with the UK diplomats, but unfortunately, I heard nothing. When will you take an action? Are you waiting for another 9/11? When you are going to take action? When you want to really stand by your words? In 2001, when the international community came to Afghanistan, they said, we are there to support Afghan women. We are there to liberate Afghan women. But after 20 years, as an Afghan, what I learned, human rights, democracy, they are just unworthy words for these politicians. They don't believe in those words. They don't believe in human rights. They don't believe in universality of human rights. And if they did, it wouldn't have been our situation now. In 21st century, imagine I should cry for my daughters to go to school. In 21st century, I should cry for my sisters to have the right to work. Millions of widows are living at the brink of starvation because Taliban have taken every opportunity for them to have an income and to work. Thank you so much for your solidarity, but I really want you guys to be our voices, to be our voice to your politicians, and don't let Rishi Sunak to get away. His silence is deafening. Support for Afghan women now. Support for Afghanistan now. Freedom, freedom.
Freedom!
Women rights, human rights.
Women rights, human rights.
No